morning. Happy Dussera and happy Navaratri to you from all of us at Kalapriya. At this time, when we are facing an unrelenting pandemic, a racial reckoning, and the most divisive election of our time, what does celebrating a festival from the other side of the world mean to us here, Chicagoans, here and now? We are living at a time and the likes of which we have never seen before. Turbulent, dangerous, even terrifying. Do we even have the luxury of participating in such a celebration? All festivals from everywhere are an enactment of the values of the culture. It is a celebration of life and hope, even or especially in difficult times. All festivals have their roots in mythology. They are a metaphor of the rituals and social customs of an ancient time. In South Asia, many festivals are celebrated by people of various beliefs all around the subcontinent. Mythology plays an important role in knitting a community together. Myths foster a sense of hope by passing on the accumulated wisdom of people through generations and centuries. There are several myths from different parts of India, sometimes the same myth and sometimes different for the same festival. In North India, Dussera is the day Rama gets coronated after 14 years in exile. He went into a voluntary exile to fulfill a promise made by his father to his stepmother. He faces many challenges and performs many heroic feats to overcome them. Another part of the myth around the festival of Dussera is that of a buffalo-headed demon called Mahishasura. This mere buffalo does an incredible penance to compel the gods to grant him a boon, a gift of invincible strength. Once he acquires these powers, he assembles demon troops and sets out on a rampage. He commits every kind of atrocity as he goes about the universe conquering all the galaxies. As the gods see this horror that they have enabled, they become desperate. They know that individually none of them has the power to defeat this monster. Finally, the three goddesses, Lakshmi, Saraswati and Parvati, start a special ritual fast for 9 days. These are the 9 days of Navaratri. The people who believe this myth take on special fasting with a spiritual focus. On the 10th day, these goddesses fuse themselves into a single goddess called Durga. Durga means unassailable, impassible, invincible. In addition to her inherent powers, Durga receives a weapon from every single one of the gods in the universe. She is Superwoman. Durga rides a fearsome tiger and annihilating the demonic armies and killing the demon. She becomes Mahishasura Mardini, the destroyer of Mahishasura the demon. The universe rejoices as it is freed from fear. The myth of Durga symbolizes the power of the woman. Women uniting not for selfish gain, but for the welfare of the world, for being released from darkness. This is the fierce power of a caring mother who will not allow her children to be oppressed by dark forces. Her mounting the tiger suggests not only her power, but her leadership and fearlessness in combat. The fact that all the gods supported her emphasizes a sense of unity that cuts across narrow race, gender, and hierarchical divides. It emphasizes that without everyone's participation and contribution, no great endeavor can be successful. And those who dither without being forceful and righteous are weakening the attempts to overcome challenges and be successful. The visual form of Mahisa is perhaps the most powerful symbol in the story. Buffaloes have long symbolized ignorance, which breeds darkness. The buffalo has brute power, blind power. It destroys mindlessly, callously, without discrimination. Durga, rising out of the fire, is the positive energy destroying Mahisha, who represents the forces of ignorance. Saraswati is the goddess of learning and the arts. She embodies knowledge. All students in schools, and students of music, dance, and all the arts put their books and musical instruments at the altar of Saraswati and worship them during Navaratri. On the 10th day of victory, called Vijayadashmi, students go to their teacher to rededicate themselves to their education and learn something new. Saraswati holds a book in one hand and a veena in the other, reminding us that knowledge and the arts are the primary forces for destroying ignorance and creating a peaceful society. Learning symbolizes victory over ignorance. In the physical and the metaphysical worlds, learning is not only a practical tool, but the spiritual light to guide us to a better life. Science and technology, the skills of all the trades and the arts are fully recognized as Saraswati's gifts. The ritual in the past involved worshipping the bow and the arrow, the sword, and also the plow and the windmill. Today we continue that tradition by worshipping every kind of machine, from tractors and spacecrafts to cars and laptops. As we celebrate Dussera this year, we invoke within us the fire of Durga to help humanity in overcoming our present troubles, the pandemic, the economy, and social justice, every hurdle that we are facing. It is really all about collective action for a better future for all humanity.